Microsoft has been many things, but quitters they definitely are not. Redmond's latest attempt at winning the hearts and minds of iOS and Android loyalists has finally landed on Philippine shores. Packed with great hardware and a few trick features and capabilities unique to Windows 10, the Lumia 950 siblings are on a mission to bring Microsoft back into the mobile fold in a big way. This is PH Tech's Lumia 950 XL review. I usually start reviews with a device's exterior design, as it's often the shiny bits that attract people to said devices. Unfortunately, that isn't quite the case with the 950 XL we have here. The face of the phone is dominated by a gorgeous 5.7-inch screen, the rear by a similarly large camera hump, while the top, bottom, and sides are neat affairs with no superfluous ports and whatnot ruining the smooth plastic, which come in either white or black. While neat and tidy, the overall effect is just a touch underwhelming, especially considering that this is a flagship hero phone. Put it next to an iPhone 6s Plus, and you'll probably see what I mean. Things don't improve much when handling the device either. The buttons and rockers on the side don't feel as premium as though it's on a Sony Z5s or even the old Lumia 920s, with the latters made of ceramic. The plastic rear panel squeaks in a disconcerting manner, and was one of the first things we noticed after booting the phone up. This last gripe is partly explained by the fact that the 950 has a removable rear cover. This type of design is becoming more of a rarity at the flagship level, so it's refreshing to see a new phone come with a good old naked rear and all the extra features this entails. Mediocre design analysis out of the way, let's move on to where this phone really shines: its hardware. Most phones, no matter how good, always have at least some tiny flaw or shortcoming when it comes to hardware. This isn't the case with the latest Lumias. Key specs are its 518 ppi AMOLED panel, Snapdragon 810 silicon, and 20MP PureView shooter. It happily comes with a microSD slot, a USB Type-C port, and even an extra SIM slot. Nice. The camera deserves just as much praise, if not more. The 20-megapixel PureView sensor with Carl Zeiss optics takes decent daylight photos, about on par with your typical top-tier phones, but it's when things get dark that this shooter absolutely shines. Through a combination of a great sensor, latest gen OIS, and algorithmic sorcery, the Lumia automagically comes up with incredibly bright and focused shots in near complete darkness. From what we gather, it takes a few shots every click of the shutter to stitch together the perfect shot every time. On to the software side of things. Windows 10 Mobile is a sleek, feature-rich OS that doesn't suffer from any glaring weaknesses, unlike its predecessors. Live tiles are still there and make judicious use of that gorgeous screen. The whole platform's Achilles heel, however, has always been app support. It was great to see that most of the major apps users would need are now on the Microsoft Store. Facebook, Netflix, Waze, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, Uber, Kindle, Slack, and even the MMDA app are all available, in addition to baked-in Windows heavyweights such as Office and Outlook. After a week of using the Lumia 950 XL as my sole mobile device, I can confidently say that it satisfied my needs despite its plain Jane exterior. Somewhat more surprisingly though, I wasn't looking forward to returning the phone to the good people over at Microsoft.